I'm Nick Krueger with MyPoint.tv. A single table in Stars Cafe downtown finished up an early dinner before heading out on Saturday afternoon. The couple ended up being the last one for the day, but it might not be long before the restaurant, which has stood just north of 31st Street for decades, is no more. The cafe is in the path of the Texas Department of Transportation's Capital Express expansion, along with nearly 150 other businesses and properties. Exactly how TxDOT will complete the project isn't entirely settled, but the most likely outcome is that the $7 billion plan will remove the upper decks that begin just north of 6th Street and increase the total number of lanes running each way to as many as 20, including frontage roads, starting in 2025.
Most people feel like that a highway shouldn't go through the heart of a city. That's always been the problem with I-35. It separates the east from the west, and it makes it, a very difficult way to. What people would really like to see is a big area there where and move the highways someplace else. So 130 is a perfect place, a good example of how that should be where all the big trucks go through.
Shannon Sedwick operates the Stars Cafe as well as several other bars and restaurants around Austin with her partner, Michael Shelton. She remembers when she used to go there herself back when she was a college student, and it was a familiar 24-hour diner. Sedwick said that since she is not the owner of the property, she hasn't been included in any communication TxDOT has had with those affected by the plan.
They've never talked to me. I'm not the owner of the building, so they probably talked to the owner. But as the business in it, we have never been discussed with them or anything, or do they want to hear what we're having to say.
Omar Soto has been working the kitchen at the Stars Cafe for a decade. He also worked for the business's previous owners and said that it would be tough to see the restaurant go because of the relationships that he's built with its regulars over the years.
I like to, the regular customer, because they are regular, so it's not like customer. Now it's like my friends.
The likelihood of losing Stars follows the trouble Sedwick and Shelton have had keeping it going through the pandemic. The restaurant has had to cut its hours and has been short-staffed for months.
Especially on weekends, it's difficult because on weekends it's a little busy. And it's like I'm working for myself. And before pandemic, we had 3 cooks in the kitchen. Right now, it's only me.
Recently, Stars hosted an event supporting the Cherrywood neighborhood's opposition to the corridor expansion. Among those that attended were Austin City Council members who have pointed out publicly that changes to the freeway aren't likely to dramatically relieve the traffic congestion Austin currently deals with.
It's a pretty difficult situation for most of the people that live on the east side. They are, they're either having to deal with that everybody is trying to get their house and gentrify it, or tear up their neighborhoods. Neighborhood groups are kind of in arms, for sure, up in arms.
Other properties close to Stars, like Escuelita del Alma and the Austin Chronicle, are likely to be displaced as well, and Sedwick isn't optimistic about the prospects of reopening Stars should TxDOT claim its current location. As a business owner and longtime Austinite, Sedwick feels a different strategy is needed, not just for the traffic, but for building a community as the city continues to grow.
Leave it the same size, because basically TxDOT has said it's not going to help. If they do expand it, it's still not going to make it an easy thing to drive down I-35. I would like to see TxDOT listen to what people are saying and try to come up with a little bit of an open-mindedness to it all. So because it just seems like we're butting our heads up against what they want, and now they have money to do it, so they're not really listening.
I'm Nick Krueger, and that's how I see it.